Hi, today we're looking at story elements, RL 7.3. So first we're going to start with our plot map. In the beginning, we have the exposition. The exposition's where we're giving all our background information. We get to meet the characters, get an idea of the setting, and kind of a little bit what the story's about. Next, we have this next section called Rising Action. We're starting to find out what the conflict is in the story. After the rising action, we have the climax, the turning point. That's where the highest tension or drama occurs. Next, we have the falling action. It's usually right after the climax, where things start to unravel a little bit, and there may be a little hint of a little more suspense. Finally, we have the resolution. The resolution's the conclusion, how the story wraps up everything. So that is the plot map. Stories contain when it's the setting, the time, location, characters, where it's taking place, what the tone, the mood is. So take a look at this picture. What kind of words would you use to describe this? Write this down on a piece of paper. So when we're thinking about the setting, we're also looking at the mood and the tone. The mood is how you are feeling about the piece, and the tone is what the author is trying to make you think and feel about. Here's two examples. Like Scream. The tone is that it's a scary thing, and yeah, sometimes it's silly as well, and the character will portray the tone, but as the reader or the audience is able to define the mood. Taking a look at Finding Nemo, the character of Dory, the forgetful fish. She's really always serious. She goes through a lot of different situations, but the overall mood of the film is humorous. So once again, what do you think this would be? Looking at this picture, what do you think the mood or the tone may be? Write that down on your paper. So, mood kind of goes how we're feeling. Tone is more about making us think about what's going on. Now with characterization, there's three different ways characters are developed. They're developed through dialogue, through actions, and descriptions. So, take a look at this story. This is an excerpt, and see if you could figure out which way the character is developed. Okay, what about this one from the Hunger Games? Write down your answer on a piece of paper. And the last one. And write down how you think this character is developed. Which of those three ways? So, characterization usually has a protagonist and an antagonist. And if we think of it looking at the beginning letters, pro is positive. It's usually the hero. When we look at antagonist, that's part of an antonym that kind of we know is opposite of something. So here we have Harry Potter and the scary V. We also look at characters in two different ways, that they're dynamic or static. So dynamic is someone who undergoes something important or in change that can also be affecting in the plot. A static is somebody who doesn't change and in their story stays same. Here's a couple of examples for you. Now make a guess. Hannah Montana, static or dynamic? Mike, the situation. Static or dynamic? Write your guesses down on your paper. And for homework this week, write down what is a plot map in your own words. Define the 5 parts. And characters. What's a static character and what is a dynamic character? Bring your answers to school on Monday. See you then.